All right, let's dive right into this explainer. The incredible story of the light bulb, from ancient fire to the future of smart lighting. We're going on a highly cinematic journey today, tracing an invention we literally all take for granted. We'll be traveling all the way from ancient, flickering darkness and primitive fire straight through to the brilliant, glowing future of smart lighting. It's a story of pure determination, brilliant minds, and a fundamental shift in how the human race actually operates. So, what if one single invention completely transformed the way we live, work, and, even dream? Seriously, take a second and imagine a world before billions of artificial lights turned pitch black darkness into broad daylight with just the flip of a switch. We're going to explore exactly how that happened. Stick with me, because we are going to uncover some truly surprising facts about this everyday object a bit later on that most people have absolutely no clue about. Section 1. Life before the light. Think about it. Before widespread electricity, human life was incredibly difficult once the sun went down. The moment sunset hit, productivity basically ground to a complete halt. Now, our ancestors weren't completely without options. They relied on fire, oil lamps, candles, and torches, but those options were pretty bleak. These sources were dim, they were extremely expensive to maintain, emitted heavy soot, and were, frankly, massive fire hazards. You couldn't easily work, study, or travel safely at night. Navigating through cities was dark, slow, and downright dangerous. And it was this intense limitation that drove the desperate, relentless search for a better, more consistent source of light. Section 2. The race to invent. Let me shift gears here, because this wasn't just some slow, casual crawl of progress. No way. This was a high-stakes sprint. We so often think of the creation of the light bulb as a solo act by one lone genius working away in a lab. But the reality is much more like a collaborative and sometimes fiercely competitive relay race among history's greatest minds. Brilliant inventors like Humphrey Davy, Warren de la Rue, Joseph Swan, Thomas Edison, and Nikola Tesla, they all contributed crucial pieces to this giant puzzle over many years. But the key takeaway here is, while many incredible minds contributed to the underlying science and early prototypes, it was Thomas Edison who successfully crossed the finish line to create the first commercially successful, practical light bulb. He and his team actually tested thousands of materials before finally landing on a carbonized bamboo filament, combined with a vastly superior vacuum pump, to create a bulb that was long-lasting and, crucially, affordable for the public. And the whole breakthrough relied on a brilliant, simple, but absolutely revolutionary physical process. Step 1. Electricity is introduced into the bulb. Step 2. That electrical current flows through a tiny, highly resistant wire called a filament. And Step 3. That resistance causes the filament to heat up until it reaches such a high temperature that it produces a brilliant, glowing light. That elegant three-step process is literally what changed everything. Section 3. A world transformed. Once that glowing light was safely harnessed inside glass, there was absolutely no going back. This was the triumphant moment the world finally lit up, directly triggering the birth of our 24/7 modern civilization. We went from characteristically dark, pre-electric cities with extremely limited night activity and dangerous streets to the modern metropolis, bright, bustling with 24/7 activity, and incredibly safe. Take a second to just look around the room you're in right now. The screen you're watching this explainer on, the lights above your head, all of that bright, constant illumination traces its origins right back to this fundamental dividing line in human history. So how exactly did this illuminate our civilization on a practical level? Well, suddenly, homes were lighting up at night, fundamentally changing family life and extending our waking hours. Factories no longer had to close at dusk, shift work was effectively invented, allowing industries to operate around the clock and supercharging economic growth. Hospitals could suddenly function at full capacity 24/7, vastly improving healthcare. Evening schools opened up, making education accessible to folks who had to work during daylight hours. And city streets, they became significantly safer and brighter. Electric lighting basically rewrote the rules of work, education, transportation, and public safety forever. Section 4. Mind-blowing lighting facts. Now, what's really interesting here is we're going to run through some rapid-fire, surprising details that most people simply don't know, starting with something truly astonishing. 100. That's not just a random number. The world's longest-lasting light bulb, famously known as the Centennial Light, located in a fire station in Livermore, California, has been glowing continuously for more than 100 years. Seriously, think about that for a second. More than a century of uninterrupted light from a single bulb. It is a massive testament to the durability of some of that early engineering. But of course, the underlying technologies certainly didn't stop there. We have experienced a massive leap in energy efficiency over the decades. Those early incandescent bulbs only lasted a short time, largely because they were terribly inefficient, losing roughly 90% of their energy as pure heat rather than actual light. On the flip side, modern LED bulbs convert almost all of their energy directly into light. They use a tiny fraction of the electricity and last exponentially longer. It's a perfect example of human engineering becoming vastly smarter over time. And because of that incredible efficiency and utility, the sheer mind-boggling scale of this invention is almost hard to comprehend. Billions. We're talking billions of light bulbs being used around the world every single day. It has woven itself completely into the very fabric of human existence. Section 5. The future of light. Lighting technology is continuing to evolve at a breakneck pace. I want you to look ahead with me at how these rapidly changing innovations are going to shape our cities, our homes, and our environment tomorrow. Imagine walking through a future smart city. Your home features completely AI-controlled lighting that adapts perfectly to your mood and your circadian rhythms. The city grid is powered by massive advancements in solar-powered and sustainable technologies that rely way less on traditional power plants. Engineers are even developing flexible, transparent lighting seamlessly integrated right into the building materials around you. Combine all that with fully wireless lighting systems and intelligent city infrastructure, and you can clearly see how future lighting is going to become immensely more energy efficient, adaptive, and environmentally friendly. Which brings us to a powerful thought to wrap up our journey today. One simple invention didn't just light a room, it illuminated the future of humanity. The story of the light bulb reminds us that curiosity and innovation can change the world. It truly is a remarkable reminder of what human ingenuity can achieve when we relentlessly pursue a brighter future. If you enjoy discovering the incredible journey behind one of history's greatest inventions, please like, share, and subscribe to Behind the Process. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another fascinating explainer. As we move into an era where artificial light can practically mimic the sun, we really have to ask ourselves, what happens to human nature when we completely conquer the night? Think about it. Stick around because our next explainer is going to cover another monumental shift, how the internet changed the world. See you then.